Welcome back. You're watching Startup Central with me, Nayantara Rai. This is your one-stop destination every weekday, 6 to 7 p.m. to do with startups, technology, innovation, disruption. And we at Startup Central love constructive feedback. Our email address right on top. Tell us how we can improve the show, what you want to see on the show. Incidentally, I love compliments too, so feel free to send those. The entire team will lap them up. We are also on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Nayantara Rai. I'm going to now put the spotlight on a startup which is growing faster than weed. It's a phrase that was used by one of its investors to me, an investor that I shall not name, but I will get you the co-founder right here on Startup Central. It is called Trell. It's a lifestyle community commerce startup, a bunch of 4 or 5 guys, technology guys who got together, including from IIT Mumbai, to come up with this app. Basically, think of it, I first thought of it as a verifiable trip advisor. So you started with travel, you go somewhere, you like something, it's verified and you take a picture and you put it up, and it's now a new rage, and like I said, growing faster than weed. What is Trell high on? Let's find out. Here is the co-founder joining us to talk just about that, Prashant. Hi Prashant, growing faster than weed. You did a fundraise as well. Take us through that.
Absolutely. We are very excited and psyched to have folks like Sequoia's search program and Fosun on board. And yeah, things are going pretty well here. Like you said, right? We started as a travel community. And then the natural progression, because we were in multiple languages. When we started, we were in English, Hindi. We had travel as a category and local experience as a category. And then what happened was the natural progression was that people were talking about other lifestyle interests. And as we were making this community, for people to share their interests, it kept on growing that way, because at this point of time, when it comes to people talking in their own language, there was no platform that was catering to this need. And it kept on growing, and now it's compounding.
Okay, so it's compounding. You started with travel. So tell our viewers, what's Trell high on? You started with travel. What are all the segments that you've now got?
Oh, so there is personal care, grooming, fashion. So personal care, grooming, fashion constitute around 60% of the platform. Then people are sharing movie reviews, gadget reviews, travel experiences. So you can think of it as a platform where people talk about their experiences when it comes to any of their lifestyle interests in their own language. And they can talk about anything. So for example, a girl in Jodhpur, she has acne and she talks about how she has been using 5 creams and one worked for her. So the premise of the platform is authenticity and trust. What we did was we got people together who were consumers themselves, and we gave them a platform where they can share their genuine experiences, reviews and recommendations with each other. And it kept on multiplying from there on. What we focused on is make sure that these people who are coming and creating on the platform, they are catered well, they are seeing curated content on the platform, and the kind of community which is interacting with them is creating a positive atmosphere out there, so that people are engaging with each other, commenting on each other's profile, saying that, hey, you tried this, I tried this, how about this, and so on. So essentially, it's a very engaging community where people are sharing their experiences, getting together, and so on. Yeah.
So tell me something, when you say 60% of your business is coming in from personal care, fashion and grooming, I'm really sorry to ask this question, but does that mean that most of your user base is also women, or are you now seeing men take an interest in fashion, grooming and personal care?
Good question, actually. So basically, 75% of the content by volume comes from women. Now, women are the ones who also consume this information. So basically, if you look at it, right, it's a women-led platform. Now, when it comes to lifestyle, so men also have these interests. So there are men who are talking about grooming, but they are talking more about, let's say, things like movie reviews, gadgets, and so on. Whereas you find more concentration primarily in fashion segment, beauty, which is around women, which is the key driver of the platform.
Okay, so you're seeing, the 75% of the content being driven from there. But then, if you get into all of this, what's the natural progression for you? If you're growing faster than Reed, you're part of the search program, you're going to have some of the best in the world advising you. What is the natural progression for Trell?
See, what we have been able to do is, at this point of time, we are in 5 languages. 4 South Indian languages, 1 North Indian, which is Hindi, and we are launching in 3 more languages. So think of it as a group of people who are sharing information about what they have bought, what they have liked, their recommendation with each other. The natural progression to this is, because we have set the layer of authenticity and trust, is commerce, which we are now driving from the platform. So the idea is, let's say I'm talking about, hey, this is who I look like. I have a round face, and I think this style works for me. Now anybody who would see my appearance would find me relevant to him, would also be interested in what I have bought, what I have liked, and so on. So the natural progression of the platform is keep growing the community and let people make purchase decisions on top of it. So think of it as a Pinterest localized for the Indian market, where people are sharing this information, connecting with each other, and also making these purchase decisions.
Pinterest localized with maybe a little bit of Meesho thrown in or Flipkart thrown in?
Yeah, so once you have this layer of community, a lot of things can plug in there. So that's what we are working towards. So one straightforward thing is getting sellers on board, make sure that whatever is being shared on the platform, they're able to plug in there. And that's one thing which we are working towards. But the premise is this community, which is something which is the need of the hour at this point of time. Because like I said, right, there is dearth of information when it comes to lifestyle interests in Indian language and in Indian languages, which we are scaling at the moment. Now, coming back to the point where I said, right, at this point of time, 500,000 people create every single month on the platform in 5 languages. That's, by volume, is the largest lifestyle community in the country right now, and which we are further building on. So the idea is, how do we scale this community piece by 10x in the next 1 year and 10x in the next year, and then keep on building this ecosystem, which is helping people discover lifestyle and be able to make purchase decisions. So that's a simple way to look at the platform.
So, I believe every day should be Women's Day, but it's still not. And Women's Day is on the 8th. You've already conceded that, almost 75% of the content is being shared by women. A bunch of guys, tech guys that got together. Have you figured out the kind of content that men would like? And are you going to look into that at all?
So talking about the team right now, so basically all the people, the content is being led by a lady. The community piece and the whole engagement around that is again led by a woman. So basically the point is that we have, though it is driven by tech guys, the company is focusing on building an ecosystem as a team where you understand what the user needs and build things around that. So basically that's the first piece. Second piece, it is the community. The idea is, we don't block anything unless and until it doesn't fall within the guidelines of the platform. So if I'm a man who's interested in fashion, I'm welcome to the platform to talk about my preferences and so on. If I'm a girl, the same follows for them as well. Now the idea is, using technology, you matchmake it with them, with the right kind of consumer, depending on his background, where he comes from, what language he speaks, and so on. So technology takes care of the distribution piece, whereas the community is the core driver of the platform.
So you're a bunch of tech guys who have hired women in charge of content. Is the corollary of that you founders and you guys don't understand women? You don't know what women want. You had to hire managers for that.
See, one thing which is at the core of the company is
I'm pulling your leg, Prashant. Laugh. I'm pulling your leg. I'm pulling your leg. I'm pulling your leg. Okay, but I want to know. I'm pulling your leg. I want to get that clear. But, I understand. But it's just that, when you talk about skincare and personal care and grooming, usually, at least in India at the moment, it's the kind of content that would attract women. The question I was trying to ask you was that, are you looking, and I hate to use it because I'm also a tomboy. Are you looking at maybe more manly topics or manly content?
At this point of time, we are a platform. We don't decide what comes here, what goes here, unless it abides by the principles. So there is content around men, there is content around women in Indian languages, and that's how the platform is. So basically, anybody interested in a given lifestyle is welcome to the platform and create. And we make sure that it is matched well with the kind of audience who's coming on the platform. So I would not want to classify it as a platform which is biased towards one, but obviously women are the ones who are leading it. So the time will tell us how the platform will unfold in the years to come.
Tell me something, when you went in for your fundraise and now you're going to be part of Surge as well, you've been selected for Surge. What is the vision? You threw in there, we want to grow 10x, right? But tell me, what is the vision that all of you have as far as Trell goes? And now that you've done this fundraise, what are you going to do with the money?
Our vision is to empower every Indian to make better lifestyle choices. And this is what we are going to enable through multiple layers that we have built as a platform. Now think of this country where still the internet is laden with English and Hindi content largely. There are not enough people who are creating content in languages other than that. So can we be the platform which does this at the first piece? And can we help this country do the lifestyle upgrade? Now, whatever is required to build this is what we are using the funds for. The first piece is technology. We are hiring best-in-class folks to come and build with us. Two, we are investing a lot on the community piece. So a very important part of Trell as a platform is that let's say a girl from a small town comes and shares about a lipstick that she has bought. Now we identify that this girl has a spark. So we have built these modules internally where our team identifies these kind of stars and helps them become better over time. So this whole community grooming module is what we are going to invest further on. The third piece is ensuring that this ecosystem flourishes further on, which means how do you make sure that the people who come on the platform are able to, let's say, find the right kind of content here. So essentially the matchmaking piece is where the technology investment is going to be. The two major parts here is the technology piece and the community piece is where we are going to invest this whole capital in.
Okay, and with that, Prashant, here's wishing you and the entire team at Trell all the very best. I apologize if I was pulling your leg during the interview, but it's all about having fun, isn't it? That's Trell for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's on a high, it's done a fundraise, it's made it to the surge of Sequoia Capital, and it is growing faster than weed. With that, many thanks for watching this edition of Startup Central. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We've got another big edition for you. If we had Sari Chahal and Shiros today, tomorrow we're going to get you a startup that impressed Facebook and is empowering women when it comes to social commerce. Have you figured that one out? See you tomorrow, same time.